Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. In this one, we're talking about the WNBA for Friday, August 23rd. In the video, we have 4 picks for you to consider. If you watched the last WNBA video, we went 4 for 4, so make sure to stay tuned in this one. If you guys want more picks, I do post more picks in the WNBA, MLB, all sports in the private Discord, along with 5+ other cappers. You can see some huge wins over here. $25 to win $625. Private Discord member over here hitting a ton of WNBA slips with some of our picks. And I post these picks in the private Discord before the video comes out. So if these lines change, just know these were posted in here. And here's that winning slip from last video for a 4 for 4 hit. You can get in here for less than $1 per day, but also take off 20% with code MLB. We want to get you guys in here before the NFL season starts up and the NBA season, because we've been crushing WNBA, MLB, PGA picks coming in tonight as well. So check out the private Discord link down below for more picks from me in all sports, plus a bunch of other cappers. You guys saw some of the big wins over there. So let's get into this one. The first pick I'm going to go with is going to be Ryan Howard, and we're going to take her over on the PRA here at 25.5. So for Howard, had a great season last year. Really slow start to this season. Actually, she had a fast start to this season, but a really slow middle. Starting to pick it up again. I've been liking some of her lines and going with her again in this one in a good matchup against Phoenix. Let's take a look at this one over on Outlier, a tool that I use every single day for player props. If you play player props every single day, you definitely should check them out with the link down below for a free trial. We can see here on the over on the season, just about a 50% hit rate at 47%. And you can see she started off hot. She hit this 4 times in a row by smashing it. 31, 32, 29, 33. Then for some reason, was just not playing that much in the middle of the season, as we can come down and see her minutes. So she was 31 minutes, 39, 32, 34. Bunch of games below 34 minutes and even some below 30. But coming out of the break, she's played 34 or more minutes in 3 straight games, which we love to see. And some of the peripheral stats just haven't been there. She got 19 points last game and still didn't hit this one, but I think this is going to be a good spot, good bounce back against Phoenix, playing them twice in a row. I think she should be able to figure it out this time. They are 9th in points allowed, 12th in rebounds, and 11th in assists. So near the bottom in the peripheral stats. She should be able to get some assists, rebounds, and keep up some of that scoring. She came out of the break with a 30.8 rebound game. So I'm liking her in this spot. Again, a 47% hit rate, just about half on the season. She did miss some time as well this season, which is probably the reason for some of these lower minute games. But last season, this was a 59% hit rate. So you can come right up here, see last season. Also this season, it is a higher hit rate here, 50% if she plays at least 31 minutes. So I think she should be in line for at least 31, probably more like 34-ish minutes, which she hasn't played that much this year, but should be a higher hit rate all around when she's playing more minutes. So I am liking this one for Ryan Howard. I think a good line. I think she's going to have a good bounce back against an opponent she just played. Should be a nice spot for her here. Okay, for the next one, we're sticking with this game. We're going to Diana Taurasi over on her assist at 3.5. She has really struggled with assists earlier in the season. Now definitely starting to pick it up here. This is a line that she's used to normally smashing year in and year out. And we're going to go back to it here. So liking her at this 3.5 assist line. Let's just come back and look at this one on Outlier. I'll show you some of the data that we're talking about behind this pick. So in 2024, this one is at less than a 50% hit rate. But her first 12 games, she didn't hit it. Don't really know what was going on with her assists, but then you can see her last 20 games. So if we look at her last 20 here, you can just look at L20. It doesn't show the full picture, still a 55% hit rate. If you just take these 6 games out, look at her last 14 games, it's an 11 of 14 run that she's on, hitting this one. And then, some of these here, like this one, was a blowout. They lost by 27 or something, so she only got 1 assist. So this one, expected to be a closer game, just a 2.5 point spread here. Think she should be hitting it. Again, 11 of her last 14, she's hit it. Just hit it against them in their last game when she had a pretty terrible game. But then you can see the minutes have been up as well. Earlier in the season, I guess is why some of the lines were down. Let's look at the full season here. she wasn't playing as much minutes early in the season. A bunch of games under 30 minutes. And then we could see her last 4 games coming out of the break, she played 30 minutes or more, which is also great to see. So we can look at the minutes chart here and just look at games where she played 30 minutes or more this year, and the hit rate on it, it's a 62% hit rate overall on the season when she is getting 30 minutes or more, which we should expect in this game. That's supposed to be pretty close here, 2.5 point spread. So really liking Taurasi on this spot in this pick. So going to go to her for that second one. The third one, we're going to go to Courtney Williams over on her points at 10.5. For her, a line that she's been absolutely smashing as of late and gets a pretty good spot here against Las Vegas. She's turned into a pretty big time scorer for Minnesota this season, so liking going back to her here. Taking a look at her on Outlier. This one is just a 45% hit rate on the year, but you can see minutes have been all over the place, and coming out of the break, little more consistent minutes. This was a blowout. They won by 16 where she didn't play that much, but last game she almost played 30. Game before that, 25, 26, 34. So I think we can expect at least 25 minutes in this, which is actually under her season average of 26.5. If we just give her 25 minutes, it's a 50% hit rate. If we give her 27 minutes, which I think she should be in line for, it's a 62% hit rate. But I think she could even play more in this and could get 28 plus minutes. It's a 73% hit rate for her on the season. 8 of 11 games. We can also just look at her last 3 games. She's got 14, 14, and then 22. So even in this game where she played just 20 minutes, she still got 14. She's been playing really well and has been shooting a lot more and being a playmaker for this team. As we could see, her field goal attempts here, shot the most time she has the entire season. In the last game was 16 attempts, 9 in that low minute game, and then 14 in the one before that. So putting up more shots as well. I'm liking her in this spot. Vegas, middle of the pack defense are at 7. So while Vegas is a good team, it's only a 1.5 point spread here in this game. So it's expected to be close. And Minnesota actually won the last game by 9 against them on, was that Tuesday or Wednesday when they played them? So I like Courtney Williams in this spot. Another tool that I use here is one to show value based on other sports books. So you could check them out. It's OddsJam. You could use the link down below for a free trial here. But they like this one over 10.5. They compare it to other sports books. So FanDuel has it at -125 to go over, -130 on -135 on Bovada. Fliff even has it at 11.5, -136 on Hot Streak. So a lot of these sites are liking it. That's how they get some of their top value picks here. And I usually like to go with the sports books. I think that makes sense for the picks as well. So they do all that here on OddsJam. Just another reason why I'm liking this pick. All right, the next one we're going to here, kind of a weird one. Bridget Carleton over on her rebounds of 3.5. I'm liking this one for numerous reasons. I'll get into them here. This one against Las Vegas again. And I feel like that lines just are kind of normally lower against Vegas because they're used to a lot of blowouts. But this is a closer game. And they actually beat them last game, like I said. Carleton had a solid game. So if you look at her on the season, over 3.5 rebounds, it's just a 61% hit rate right off the bat without having to adjust her minutes to only show games where they played in close ones. Vegas, 10th in the league in rebounds allowed, almost 36 per game allowed. And Carleton has just been smashing this line, getting 4 or more. It looks like her last 10, 7 of her last 10, she's gone over this. Her last 20, 13 of her last 20. If you take out these 3, it's 13 of her last 17 games. She's gone over 3.5 boards as well. This game was a blowout. They won by 16, where she didn't play that many minutes, 23.9. But you could see, besides that game, in like her last 10 games, she's played 28 or more minutes, which is great to see that she has been playing consistent minutes when it's not a blowout game. Compared to earlier in the season, we had 3 straight games here under 28 minutes, another one under 28. So good to see she's playing pretty big minutes, 28 or more. So liking her in this spot. Las Vegas does give up a lot of rebounds, and just overall, if we just go to the entire season, it's just a 61% hit rate. Started out slow with this, but has been hitting it. We saw her last 10, and especially last 17. So really liking this spot for her as well. A weird one to go to, Carleton on the 3.5 boards, but one that I'm liking. Alright, so if you guys want more picks in all sports, we do post them over in the private Discord. Went 4 for 4 with our WNBA slip. In the last one, we post these slips ahead of time in the Discord, but also I'm going to give out more WNBA picks tomorrow, as well as the 5+ other cappers we have in here. Saw some big wins from a private Discord member using some of our picks in the WNBA recently. Having some huge hits, 25 for $137. Shit, yesterday we had $25 to win 625 over here. So get in over in the private Discord. We have a bunch of cappers giving out picks. You guys saw the big wins. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you over in that Discord.